Hello buddy, Insane Frame here, and we're back with another video. In the last video we used a lead pipe in Fallout 4, that was very interesting to say the least, but in today's video we asked a question. Can you beat Fallout 4 Far Harbour as the Silver Shroud? Now the Silver Shroud is a character in the Fallout universe who is in a series of comic book called The Unstoppables. There's also a quest line in Goodneighbor where you can get the Silver Shroud armour and the Silver Shroud machine gun, which is exactly what we're going to need in this run. Whilst the armour is actually really good, the machine gun is fairly strong with the right perks, but anyway, I have a feeling the early game is going to be very difficult, but by the mid game we'll be fine. Also, as a side note, happy Halloween to you all, and I hope you're all liking the spooky season. And I'm going to also go on record here and say that I've never actually played Far Harbour, so this should be a lot of fun. Anyway, time for the rules. We may only equip the Silver Shroud costume / armour. We can only use the Silver Shroud machine gun as a weapon, no glitches or exploits, no cheating or modding the game's files, and we're going to be playing on normal difficulty. We begin the game in character creation, and for once we are actually creating an existing character in the Fallout verse, even if they are fictional in that universe. For the Silver Shroud I go for a hopeful look, and Nora, the Mistress of Mystery, gets her look too. Vault-Tech then call, we fill out the information, we are known as the Silver Shroud of course. Our stats are as followed: 1 strength, 1 perception, 4 endurance so we can take a hit or two, 10 charisma as we are the Shroud of course, 7 intelligence, 4 agility and 1 luck. This is a pretty strong start and kind of a good spread of stats I think. We meet our family and the warheads are activated by Dr. Brainwash, and once in the vault the Mistress of Mystery's doppelganger bravely gives her life for our son. Once we're unfrozen we grab our wedding ring and it's time to begin our journey. We lock the rad roaches out, grab the Pip-Boy, open the vault and we see daylight. We immediately go for the special book, gaining 1 luck point, which will help out a lot later on. It's then time to ditch our vault suit before, as per the rules, and then we make our way to Trudy and use our charisma to get some extra caps and XP. Then Trudy pretty much pays us for nothing as she and her son do all the fighting. Good stuff. We talk to Trudy once again and get more caps and a level up. We put a point into commando so any automatic weapon we use will have an extra 20% damage, which is marvellous. It's then time to walk to Hubris Comics, but first we grab Tales of a Junktown Vendor, which will help our trading. And there's Halloween decorations too, which is very good. Cheers Todd. We cross the river, then run around town for a little while, and then we get to Hubris Comics. We also level up in the process just due to exploration. With that level up in hand, the perk we go for is Lone Wanderer, which means we'll take 15% less damage and get 50 extra carry weight as long as we don't have a companion. Funnily enough, Dogmeat is unaffected by this, but he's not around. There is a lot of ghouls in here and it takes several attempts to be able to get to the top floor, and after the 4th attempt we actually make it. Now for the tough bit, as the thing we need is blocked by a glowing ghoul on a narrow path. Yay! It's easy enough to pinch the outfit, but then I realise once we go behind we can jump over the board. However, the ghouls we sneaked past earlier come up the stairs and swarm us, so it's up to chance really, but we'll just have to keep trying. After a solid hour, we manage to escape due to using the holes in the ceiling and just run as fast as we can through everything. Ghouls have a tendency of crippling the legs too, which is really not fun, but then we make it outside and the difficult part is done, and more importantly, we just run away. And we eventually get to Goodneighbor as well. We find Kent Connolly and he is a huge fan of the Silver Shroud, and we give him the costume and we are given the Silver Shroud armour and the silver machine gun. Probably one of the most decent and cool looking armours as well. And at this point in the game it's also a really good armour, and the Silver Shroud machine gun is not a half bad weapon. It does use ammo really fast, but it's pretty solid for what it is. We could certainly do worse. We then begin the Silver Shroud questline and take to the streets. We deal with a thug and can finally speak as the Shroud towards a wrongdoer.
Your crimes have gone unpunished for too long.
Anyway, we kill him in cold blood and leave him calling card, which is awesome. Then we meet another thug called AJ and kill his goons, and after he's hit he runs away straight into the alley of where the first guy was killed. But yeah, no one escapes the Silver Shroud's wrath. Whitechapel Charlie lets us know what he thinks, and we speak as the Shroud again. And we also level up and go for a perk called Medic, so stim packs heal us for 40% of our health, and once fully healed we can heal radiation too, which is actually really nice. We leave Goodneighbor and try to deal with some raiders, but they're just too strong for us at this point in the game, and after several attempts for about half an hour, we just can't take them, so we'll need to come back once we're stronger. But we actually do have a few options of what to do at this point, so we opt for the main story and go to the Triggermen hideout to save Nick Valentine. There's plenty of ammo for us, and the Triggermen will provide some much needed experience. The Triggermen themselves don't really pose a threat, but in large numbers they can become a problem, but we managed to get plenty of 45 ammo. We then kill Dino and get to Nick Valentine, and we also level up, and we go for the Intimidation perk. Not really sure how useful this perk will be, but we can at least try it at least once. But the perk lets us make human enemies surrender if we aim at them, and make them dociles if they are below our level. We easily deal with the Triggermen patrol and make it to Skinny Malone. It's a 4 vs 2, but we then convince Darla to fight for us due to our high charisma. This makes a 3 vs 3, and we take care of the goons, but Darla absolutely destroys Skinny Malone and floors him, and she looks like she's ready for Halloween. We then meet up with Nick outside and opt to meet him in Diamond City. We also level up again and go for Scrounger, letting us find more ammo in containers. We get to Diamond City and Piper is arguing with the mayor. We'll just leave her be and get to Nick's office, I guess. We get to Nick and tell him about Kellogg cornflakes, and then try to break into Kellogg's house, but we go to the mayor's secretary, charm her into giving us the key for absolutely free. After entering Kellogg cornflakes house, we find a switch under the desk, find a secret room filled with all of the mercenaries' favourite stuff. We loot everything, and then Nick tells us he has a specialist who is none other than Dogmeat. Dogmeat wants to help out, but unfortunately he's not part of the Unstoppables group, so he can't join us. But once we deal with multiple flies, we hit level 7 and go for Scrounger rank 2, so we find plenty of ammo in containers that we can either use or sell. We buy loads of ammo from Eleanor and we head to Fort Hagen, but on our way there we get the baseball memorabilia for a side quest in Diamond City. Once at Fort Hagen it's not too bad as we just spray and pray the synth, shooting them fast and hard. They fall very quickly, but before we get to Kellogg we do an ammo run and also get the intelligence bobblehead from the Boston Library. Once at Fort Hagen it's not too bad because we just spray and pray the synths, shooting them fast and hard. They fall very quickly, but before we get to Kellogg we do an ammo run just to be cautious. We also get the intelligence bobblehead from the Boston Library, and then it's back to Fort Hagen again. We loot the armory, get a special covert ops magazine so we're slightly hard to detect, and then face off against Kellogg. It's fairly easy as we just bullet spray him in the face, and then after that we just loot Kellogg and find out our son is with the Institute, which is not our goal this run, as we want to get to Far Harbour as quickly as possible. Anyway, the Brotherhood show up in the Pridwin, and we go back to Diamond City, back to Valentine's Detective Agency. We then have Piper and Nick, we advance the storyline, so it's off to the memory den in Goodneighbor. We then speak to Dr. Armani, she hooks Nick and the Silver Shroud up to the memory machines, and then it's time to do the memory sequence. We go through very quickly, and then we find out about an Institute scientist named Brian Virgil. Once we're out of the memory machine, Dr. Armani checks we're okay, we get a level up for our troubles, and get the perk Fortune Finder rank 2. This lets us find even more caps now in containers, which is really good. Anyway, with all that out the way, we don't actually need to progress the main story of the base game of Fallout 4, so all is good. We continue with the Silver Shroud quest line, so we deal with the raiders from earlier, and then we meet their boss Kendra. She gets the Kellogg treatment and is now no more. Then Hancock meets with us and says he wants some raiders dealt with. Since we're the Silver Shroud, we go ahead and it's really easy pickings for us. However, Kent gets captured whilst we're busy in the field. We go to Diamond City and get the Far Harbour case from Ellie, which starts the quest line, which is excellent. We then hand in the baseball memorabilia items and level up. We go ahead and get +1 agility, so we now have 5 agility, which is good. And we also find a cat at the entrance to Diamond City, which is really lovely. After our fluffy friend, we head straight to Sinjin's lair and make our way through. It's really easy, and we get to Sinjin, and we manage to taunt him and his men into attacking us. But they're much tougher than they look, and they unalive us a couple of times. It takes about 6 attempts, but we manage to get a strategy where we take cover, end the 2 raider goons, and then hose down Sinjin with our 2 doses of Psycho. It's really effective, and then we deal with his Lieutenant Avery, so all is well. We check on Kent and he's been through hell and back and just wants to go home. We speak to Hancock and Kent is present and gets the honour of taking the credit, as he made us the Silver Shroud in the first place after all. Levelling up, we go for Commando rank 2, giving us 40% total extra damage with automatic weapons, which is really nice. It's now time to start the Far Harbour content, and we make a stop off at Bunker Hill. We then walk to the quest marker. Eventually we come across a quaint fisherman's house. We head on inside and talk to a married couple. They say their 19-year-old daughter has left and that she took one of the boats. After questioning the girl's parents, it's apparent the answer is in the boathouse. We get a key from the photo and then open up the safe, and there's an audio book saying she's gone to Far Harbour after she used the radio. She found a signal and a group in Far Harbour. We don't know who they are, but we do our job and inform the girl's parents. They kindly let us take one of their boats, and the boat is boarded and off we go to Far Harbour. The Far Harbour atmosphere is very dreary, fitting for the season as it has a Crystal Lake vibe to it. We talk with Captain Avery. She confirms that our missing person has come through here, which is good, but the town is getting besieged, which is really bad, by strange fog creatures. This is definitely not what I had in mind, but still. With the town defended and safe for now, Captain Avery thanks us, and we then explain our situation, which gets us directed to Longfellow, who agrees to be our guide. Once we begin our trail with Longfellow, we encounter some trapper raiders and take them out very easily, then let some gulpers fight some Mirelurks and then take them out as well. We also meet a really strange child of Atom who likes the fog, which is killing everyone. Okay, but anyway, we make it to Acadia and Longfellow takes his leave. We meet Dima, a very strange and advanced looking synth who asks if we believe Kasumi is a synth. We say no and say that she's human, but we also get asked if we're a synth, and the answer to that is obviously not, as we're a pre-war human. But Dima is still welcoming and allows us passage in Acadia whenever we wish, which is very nice of you, so thank you, Dima. Once the dialogue ceases, we do our job and go to the basement to see Kasumi, the daughter of our client. Kasumi is adamant she is a synth and suspects Dima is hiding something, so we decide to eavesdrop on their meeting. Cog explains the key is nearby in the observatory somewhere, but we soon find the key and then get to eavesdrop on the meeting. Dima then wants a peaceful solution, whilst Chase wants a very militaristic approach, so naturally we're going to go with Dima's choice. We confront Dima and he suggests that we become an agent of sorts and that he's backed up his memories, but their memories are located where the children of Atom are. So we need to get them back before the children of Atom do something dangerous to the island and its inhabitants. But Dima warns us not to attack the children of Atom and that we need to get through without bloodshed, which is understandable. We report to Kasumi, we assure her everything is okay and hit level 13, and we go ahead and go for 2 ranks of gun nut. Immediately we fully upgrade our Silver Shroud machine gun with all the best mods we can equip, and after our mods we offer help to the citizens of Far Harbour by taking several side quests. We also see a robot outside, Pearl, and she wants us to go to a hotel, and it overruns with ghouls and stuff, but we carve through them no problem. Then the quest takes a complete turn and we're let into Vault 118, which has been converted into a very lovely hotel, where we have a murder mystery. Examining the crime scene, we find the fence buster, which is the murder weapon. We even manage to date one of the robots and have some adult entertainment with them. Oh, Fallout, you are hilarious sometimes. Only in Fallout, ladies and gentlemen. But we find the perpetrator, accuse them, do a spray and pray, and everything's good. A level up also comes our way, and we got 2 points thanks to the ghouls earlier, so we're level 15. We decide to give ourselves +2 agility. And then it's time to deal with all the other side quests, so we slay some ghouls, find a late resident of Far Harbour and pick the fog condensers, grab some power tools and then hand all of our quests in. We then get a level up for handing all the quests in, and we go for ninja, so we have improved sneak attack damage, which is most excellent. We then go to Children of Atom, introductions are very tense, and then we are tasked with drinking from a spring. We then follow a ghostly figure to a bunker and see a periodic table on the wall that has the terminal's password. We grab the mother icon, and then once we're back at the bunker, we're allowed to go in. There's a speech going on from the High Confessor in the bunker, so we slip past. We see the pre-war security, and we get past a lot of robots, including the automatron, who we shoot in the legs so we can easily take them out. It's then time to go into the generator room and turn the power on. A legendary automatron spawns, which is not fun to fight and kills us several times, which is, like I said, not fun. On attempt 7, we find a hiding spot and shoot the tough robot in the leg, crippling them. We do the classic spray and pray, which works out really well. It's then time for some mini games at the terminal, and it's really bothersome more than anything, and I'm just glad it wasn't too difficult. We get it over and done with, as it's really tedious. We meet the High Confessor, show the Mother Icon statue, which is apparently a great honour. With all of that, it's time to go back to Dima and report our findings. Dima wants us to get the nuclear launch code from the Children of Atom to stop them from blowing up the island. He also wants us to go for the wind farm kill switch in case Far Harbour get too violent. But there's also a medical facility, and he didn't say anything about that, and as the old saying goes, curiosity kills the cat. So we head for the medical facility, and it's overrun with super mutants. They're really easy to deal with, and once we get to the basement, we dig up a grave, which is Captain Avery. This took a really dark turn, and after listening to the audio log, Captain Avery is a synth, and Dima replaced her so Far Harbour wouldn't rise up against the synths in Acadia. Very clever. However, when we bring our findings to Dima, he's really disturbed by it and regrets his actions, so we agree to keep his secret. Dima suggests a plan to replace the High Confessor, but to do so he wants us to manufacture a voice clip. For all it's worth, we get Arcadia's shield as well, which is a really good piece of armour, but we can't use it as per the rules, so we sell it. After that, we get a level up and go for Lonesome Wanderer rank 2, reducing damage by 30%, and increasing our carrying capacity by 100. Very useful indeed. We quickly grab the tapes and report back to Dima, and he constructs a message out of the tapes for us to take to the Children of Atom. When we play the tape to the High Confessor, he is very angry and wants no one to hear of it, and he wants to meet us in the pre-war section of the building. Once there, he also has 2 guards escorting him, and honestly, I underestimated the difficulty of this fight and got defeated a couple of times. But in the end, we just use VATS and fire on the High Confessor, and he is out of action. His guards are fodder, and once they're dealt with, we put the bodies in the wall and brick it off so nobody knows the High Confessor is in there. When we get back to Acadia, we see the new synth model of the High Confessor ready to go. Dima and him share some dialogue, and all is well, and he makes his way to the Children of Atom on the nuclear submarine. Dima then gives the news that the island is safe once more and peace has been achieved. We also get the Protector of Arcadia special perk, which grants 1000 damage and energy resistance for 30 seconds when your health is below 20%, which is absolutely amazing. At this point, we go to Children of Atom and speak to the High Confessor. He also gives us a reward called Atom's Bulwark. Not the most useful, but still, it's the thought that counts. With all said and done, it's time for the Lady of the Hour, and now going full circle, Kasumi. We tell her she's not a simp, and while she doesn't fully believe us, she also believes she accepts she's human enough, which is an amazing character growth right there. As we leave, Captain Avery announced to the town the Children of Atom have announced peace with Far Harbour and will cease all operations in their town. Wonderful. We then board the boat to leave Far Harbour and go back to the Commonwealth and get to see Kasumi reunite with her parents. It's really wonderful and very heartwarming, and we even get a key to a footlocker with a legendary assault rifle in it. We then report back to Valentine's detective agency telling Ellie the good news, ending the run, answering the question, can you beat Far Harbour as the Silver Shroud? And the answer is yes, you can, and it's a lot of fun doing so. Okay, that run was probably the most fun I've had in Fallout for a long time. I've actually never played Far Harbour, and getting a good ending where nobody died was actually pretty cool. Honestly, it wasn't too difficult, definitely one of the easier challenges, but still, it was fun and awesome, and that's what these challenges are all about. Anyway, stay tuned for our next run where we find out can you beat Fallout 4 in Raider Power Armor. It's going to be good and a bit tougher than doing Fallout 4 in T45 armor, but if it's anything like this video, it'll just be a whole lot of fun. Anyway, thank you very much everyone, and thank you for watching. Happy Halloween to you all. I hope the spooky season is treating you all nicely, and just thank you for watching. You're all absolutely fantastic and very, very wonderful, so please have a brilliant day, a fantastic evening, and you people make this channel so, so wonderful. Like the video if you liked the video, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below. It's always nice hearing from each and every one of you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.